So here we are in the ancient city of Matera. It's about an hour from Bari in the province of Basilicata. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, one of the three oldest cities in the world and in Italy. You gotta get here by car. There are trains that come down here, but it's more accessible by car. This is the first video of many that are gonna be here. I have two tourists with me checking out Matera. Lots of steep walkways and stairs, but this was a place where people were living in caves until the 1950s, and the Prime Minister of Italy said we need to get these people out of these caves, move them to modern homes, because this is a stain on Italy, because they had no running water, they had no electricity, no plumbing, and they were living like peasants. And the city of Matera, M-A-T-E-R-A, Custom Tours of Italy, Chris Tedesco. Also, when you come to Matera, you can also stay in these hotels that are built into the caves. They've renovated the old cave homes into hotels and bed and breakfasts and stays with spa and restaurants and such like that. You can see this room right here, built into the side of the hill in Matera. So behind me is the actual main town of Matera. The basilica up there is the biggest one, headed that way. That's called the Sassi di Matera, the ancient city where they've fixed it up and used the caves for modern things, and a big destination site, UNESCO Heritage World Site. Headed there now. You got to be in good shape to go up and down these hills here. Lots of hills. You got to be a good walker, in good shape, good knees, good back. And when you come to Matera, you have to come into the old caves where people used to live. They used to have their animals, they used to make their wine, they used to store their water. This is walking down in an old cave area built into the side of the hill, much cooler than outside. A little bit strenuous, dark and dirty, but then when you get in here, maybe this was the wine cellar where they were storing the barrels of wine. I'm going to flip around the camera, and you can now see I'm down in the wine cellar inside a cave down below here in Matera. It's about 20 or 30 degrees cooler, much cooler. This was the wine cellar where they would store the wine barrels, and you got to go down about 20 or 30 feet downstairs. And this was what Matera was all about, living in the side of the cliffs in caves to the 1950s. Look at this. And here's the top of the hill here in Matera. It's 12 noon, mezzogiorno. This is Sassi di Matera, the old town of Matera. And anything you see modern in front is a facade to buildings that were originally caves and redone to modern day stuff. Behind me is the church in Matera that's actually built into a rock. It's the only church that has that. The rest are freestanding. This is why you come to Matera. It's uphill. It's a good walk. You can tell I'm panting. And this is Chiesa Santa Maria di Idris. And we're gonna go inside now, but there's no photo or video allowed. Look at that. Ahead is the original cave settlement of Matera across the way here in the ravine. Original caves where the peoples lived and did what they did, across from the Santa Maria di Idris, which is the cave church at the top of Matera. Chris Tedesco here with Custom Tours of Italy in southeastern Italy, in a town called Alberobello, which is close to Bari and Monopoli and Matera. This is an ancient town that has these stone huts called trullis, and the origin is Arab, Greek, and Turkish in nature. The stone huts are significant because when they were built, there's no mortar. And when the tax collectors would come by, they'd take the dome apart and say, the house is not built, you can't collect taxes. Also, when the Turks were here, they were beaten They said, we can't go back to Turkey, we're shamed, can we stay here, we'll work for you, and we'll build our huts to live in. So this area here looks like it's being remodeled a whole bunch. I'm gonna walk down the street, and you can see behind me some of these truly huts have symbols on them, and really a fascinating place. It's the only place in Italy that has these truly huts. Buongiorno signore, come stai? Come stai? Sto bene?
Io ho mia moglie a letto che lavoro 24 su 24.
Come ti chiami? Come ti chiami?
Io, Oronzo.
No, come ti chiami?
Tauro Oronzo.
Taro Alonso.
Sì.
Io Cristoforo Tedesco, piacere di conoscere. Quanti anni abito qui in Alberobello? Io.
Da quando sono nato.
Fantastico. Alberobello fantastico, bellissimo.
Allora voglio dirvi un'altra cosa.
Sì. Buona giornata signore.
Grazie.
Buon vita. Vita è bella. Ciao.
Ciao.
So here's what you do in Alberobello. You walk along the streets and you look at the truly huts. And the tourists are here, of course. The tourists are everywhere in Italy. You just have to know how to deal with them. But these are the truly huts, and the buildings here have been here many, many years, and they've turned them into shops, into residences, into hotels. And it's probably going to be a little touristy, a little high priced if you want to stay in one of these truly huts, but people do it. There's all of the above here in Alberobello, near Monopoli and Bari and Matera. And when you come to the Matera area, an hour and 15 minutes away is Castellano Grotti. I actually have family here. You come to these underground caves for a tour, and for about an hour you see all these stalactites and stalagmites. And we're going deep down into a cave, the Grotti, this cave in Italian. Look at this gigantic place, beautiful. I have been here before myself. Easy drive from Matera, and just incredible. And we do this on our tours if we're in this area near Bari.
Discovered on the 23rd of January of 1938, when the caver Franco Anelli came down here with a long rope ladder, and the first thing he found was rubbish, because the inhabitants of Castellana used to throw their rats here. They were scared of this huge hole because every night they saw bats flying out, and they thought it could be the entrance to hell. So they wanted to close the hole, and they threw everything.
La tia preferita?
I 3-3.
No, la tia preferita.
La tia preferita?
Signore Franco, faccio di pizza fresca, lavoro qui in 35 anni. 35?
35,
Proprietario dei grandi capo di pizza. Non esiste negli Stati Uniti.
Non esiste.
Non esisto.
Allora noi parliamo
Non originale. Perché signore Franco, posso entrare, no? Video. Capo di... Mamma mia. Look at the oven here. And Franco owns this place 35 years. La Incontro in Milianico. Vicino Milianico. Ok, signore Franco, fantastico.
a posto.
Ciao America.
Ciao America.